We're live.
Hockey Nation fans, welcome back to another special edition of the early morning. Directly from the South Florida, your coach, Coach Frenchy, is on the boot. And we have to go all the way to the West Coast to find our co-host, Michael Devillano.
Good morning, Pierre. We had a fairly interesting and eventful evening again. The NHL is so exciting.
First of all, welcome everybody and happy Friday. And this is concluding another great weeks for the Hockey Nation Live show. We are the middle of April. And I think at that moment, I can say that 1 month from today, we're going to be in the playoff or start the playoff very quickly, very soon. So we are the fourth quarter of the season. You can see many teams right now past the 42 game. But I just want, for what you said, you never know. You never know. And I think they have the I'm not going to talk about this morning, but I had the story about the bear, where I think sometimes some team play with the bear, and the theory of the bear is this part. If you see a bear or you imagine you have a bear, you not worry because the bear is about 600 feet from you. He's not going to chase you, right? You can see the bear in the wood. But if the bear is beside you about 10 feet, you're going to start to run. You're going to do something. So my point behind this is like Calgary play against Montreal. They played 2 days ago, they have the bear in the locker room. So they have to play hard. They have is a survive mode, right?
Yeah.
Montreal, they come to the game. They know it's an important game, but the bear is not in the building yet. And my theory of the bear is like the way they show up at the game mentally with mindset is different for both teams. One tried to play the 7th game of the season versus one from Montreal where they said, look, we can lose this game. We cannot lose all the game until the end of the year. They cannot win all the game until the end of the year. We just need to go one game. So the pressure and the way you present to the game, they are different. And so that's the theory of the bear. So that's happening yesterday about Sven team. And that's happening also many nights because something right now they fight to stay in the playoff. Something they are already in the playoff. And you can see Austin Matthews yesterday have a night off. So he did not play yesterday. They gave him a night off.
Well, what's crazy is Toronto loses their 3rd in a row since make the trade deadline.
Yeah, so now they don't get yet fully know and those guys yet. All right, but at the end of the day, that shows something. Also, it's like amazing what Jack Campbell did. 11 game with straight,
sure,
11-0. But now you can see right now the last 2 games. He started showing it's very hard to be a goaltender number 1 years after years. And you can see yesterday 3 goals, the first whatever it is, and they get out removed from the net. And we can go all the way like this one game like that. But at the end of the day, I think that would be interesting. They make that race closer because they have 7 points prior to that game from Winnipeg and Toronto. So that's fun to see that. And at the end of the day, Winnipeg have a solid game against Toronto. So great performance for the Jets. But I don't know. We can go through one team at a time. We can start to talk about.
Yeah, I think there's some interesting storylines, Pierre, that kind of wrap around the game. So we had the trade deadline this week. The first thing for me was if you watched Detroit against Chicago last night, and Jakub Vrana score is coming out. He was in the penalty box for too many men on the ice, and he comes out, gets a breakaway, and snipes his first goal as a Detroit Red Wing. He's excited to be in Detroit, Pierre. It was interesting. Did you see the stats last night of the ice time he was getting over his career in Washington?
Yeah, it's usually about 12 to 14, 15-minute max.
Right. He's averaging 13, 15. Exactly.
I mean, so that it's sometimes the players, you know what, a player we did not talk, and I'm going to talk about him after that, is you remember like Tampa trade Volkov?
Yeah, I remember I said, like, this guy's a really good player. I mean,
that's where he sat better. He's already like 3-4 goals.
Yeah, that's what I was saying
So
before.
my point to you is like exactly what Vrana right now, where Vrana was the third line in Capitals, and that's normal because the fun team, right? Now you have an opportunity to play 16, 18 minutes, 19 minutes, play on power play,
And power play.
PK. He can do a lot of ice time over there,
Absolutely.
and overall he can bring another dimension for the Detroit Red Wings. Where listen, if you follow the Red Wings the last 5 weeks, Detroit is play about 500 almost. I really believe maybe last game or maybe a couple of games ago they got destroyed 1-7, something like that, right? But overall, they are the game, the winning game.
3 in a row.
Yeah.
They won 3 in a row, and they're 5-3-2. And I think what's more important is the way you watch them, because they looked pathetic last year. I mean, last year looked like it was sabotage. I mean, it was a disaster. Grice played last night. He's not perfect, but he was pretty damn good. They play as a team. They're faster than they were. Rasmussen looks excellent. Zadina looks excellent. Now you've added Jakub Vrana. And frankly, he plays way more energetic than we see Anthony Mantha. Now, Mantha scored again last night, but, Washington lost. I think
it's two different players, right? Mantha is a bit more the center guy. Vrana is a bit more the guy where he have a great speed. I think he's faster to Mantha. I think right physicality of the physicality of Mantha is bigger to Vrana. So two players in fun way. Two players can bring a lot of offensive on the both team, I believe. But I think Vrana,
stats are the same.
I think Vrana at the long term, he fit better for me at the Detroit what they want to accomplish at the way Eiserman is looking for. I don't said he's better to Mantha, but I think he can fit better in that team right now.
Mantha's underachieving in Detroit, Pierre, right? Like, there's no way to say a guy that scores 25 goals underachieves other than this guy should score 40. And why should he score 40? You watch him in Washington. He doesn't have to handle the puck anymore.
No.
And he's now able to get open, go to the net, and he's got great hands. And you're seeing those centermen. It's a great fit. Like, long-term, we'll see. But I think he's actually going to have to work to stay in the top 6 in that team because they're so deep.
It's funny because when you evaluate Detroit right now, I look Carolina Hurricane, and I don't the way they build the Hurricanes for the last few years, right? You can go from Howe, Shevnikov, right, and they add the piece of the puzzle with time, but they make a great trade for Vincent Tracek, Michael. My point to you this morning, maybe Eiserman is a one away to make a good trade with someone, bring another piece of the puzzle inside that team over there. If you look at the first, I'm not sold on the Phil Pula and Biaga.
No, they're
done, right? And I'm not sold, but I think
Biaga's a defenseman and Phil Pula's done. I used to like Phil Pula 10 years ago.
No, but think about this: Larkin, Zadina, Rasmussen, and Vrana. That's 4 right there.
And you're missing Bertuzzi.
Yeah, so I don't know if you have something at the bottom. I don't see the bottom right now.
Like if you add Bertuzzi to this mix, then Cholowski played last night. We said they traded a bunch of defensemen. Is Cholowski ready? He looked good. Like he was
at the bottom of the injuries right now.
Injuries, you've got Bertuzzi, Fabry, and Ryan out.
Okay, so take Fabry and Bertuzzi, go back up now.
Oh, of course. You put Fabry as the second line. Oh, what the heck? Site's frozen.
So right now, all right, you have your top 6 player right there.
Well, Bobby Ryan's what he's
No, I'm not talking about Bobby Ryan there. I'm talking about Fabry and
Bertuzzi. Sorry.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Fabry has had a great year.
This is a great top 6 over there.
It's solid.
It's not it's solid. Exactly. I would say maybe I don't know Rasmussen center. He's great or not.
He's a centerman, man. Keep him at center, guys. Trust me.
No, but my point to you is I don't know exactly the way Rasmus, he's still 22 years old, I believe, or something,
Not even 21 here.
21. So if after that you go from there, I believe at the bottom 6 over there, you have 3 good players over there. I think Ernie, he's going to have a great year over there. Clendenin, Helm, and Panic, and Nanasnikov. That's pretty good over there. I would not worry about Gagne and Phil Sill and Nelson, everything like that. But I think you can add some time there. Guy like Smith, a guy like Shemnikov, right? And they can maybe pick up a couple of pillars left and right where they go fit great on the third, fourth line. And, we never mention any prospect player right now they have. We never mention anything right now. We didn't mention any players, prospect.
Well, you look long term and you're like
Sweden guy. We don't talk about the Germany players right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can go. And I believe right now, if they can keep Bernier with Greece, their dual goaltending for a couple of years, they'll be solid enough to build that team with experience to get better. We forgot Veleno there too. It's another one over there. We forgot Raymond there too. You know what I mean? I don't see Raymond top right away, but at the end of the day, he's a part. He can be a part of, maybe not right away, but it can be a part of that one.
He might be. He's pretty talented. I mean, every time I doubt him, the reality is the comparison to Mitch Marner is pretty good. But you're right. Like if they can, long term they want to come up with a goalie, but that's going to take years. But you start looking and building it out, you're like, whoa, wait a second.
You don't have a bad goalie when you talk about Greece and Bernier.
No.
And I think both of them are not a goaltending number one full time. But I think both of them can mix to play like 35, 40 games each other. That's not overload who they are. It's when you're overloading them, that's difficult. Like Jake Allen tonight is going to be 6 games with Montreal. That's too much. He's not a kind of player who can carry on players like that.
So I don't know. It's interesting, Pierre. Like
I think the future is pretty good with them. You know what I mean?
It's not horrible anymore, right? Like it looks like there's pieces. So they're starting to fill out a little bit. So it's going to take some time. They definitely need a number one centerman somewhere in there. I don't see anyone here that's going to fill that. There's question marks around Svechnikov. I don't know what's going on with Bertuzzi, but they really miss him. But it's not bad. That's pretty good.
I think one thing we never mentioned is about Taro A. Rose.
This is I was going to put him right here. I don't get it because he's too good for the AHL. He's a pass first player, but he's talented.
He's 24, but still, I believe he should get a chance over there.
I think they should play him because every time he comes up, he gets points and he sets guys up. So it's going to be interesting. I think that it's all a lot better than it was a year ago.
And college, I think the goaltender Petruzzelli is someone they have to look about.
They had Petruzzelli. There's a Russian guy, or the guy in the Russian league. Brandstrom, is that his name? That they signed. What's his name? He might be
Green. Very Green.
Berggren is super talented. Jonathan Berggren, the smaller winger, he's like really talented, Pierre.
And our best buddy, Soderblom.
Well, that's a great point.
You know what I mean?
He's a monster that could come in and you could be like, whoa.
I love him. Like I remember he's called to go between legs at the junior players.
I know.
He's a guy, I believe.
He's a good prospect.
Yeah.
He can come in and be, we forgot about, Christian Hughes has really worked out. Mark Stahl's been very good. They still got Lindstrom. They still got McIsaac. And McIsaac's had an injury this year, but man, he's a really good, like if you like Noah Dobson, why don't you like Jared McIsaac? They're the same defenseman. There's like no difference between those two guys. There's just like a year difference.
Yep.
Not even. They might be the same age, Pierre. Just Noah came in a little earlier. So I don't know. There's a lot to like. What's the other? I'm trying to remember the other goalie.
The goal for Detroit?
Ratstrom, this guy.
Okay.
So this is probably their number one goaltending prospect right now. He's 6'2", 6'5". So he's a big goalie. He's playing in the KHL, I believe. Oh, he's actually – oh, no, sorry, he's Finland. Is that Finland or is that Kuku? Is that
Liga. He's a Liga.
what's Liga? Is that Finland or
The
Sweden?
LHL, the
It's
LI.
it's Finland.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's had pretty good numbers the last 2 years. So they he might have potential. I don't think Petruzzelli is going to do it, but you never know. Like they might bring him along. He's another big goalie. The guy that looked like he was going to be the star was going to be Larson, and Larson I think's got attitude problems. He absolutely tore up the NCAA when he played there, but he's been a flop since. So I don't know what's going on with him.
It'll be interesting to see also Mastro Zimone from Boston University.
Yeah, I'm not too convinced about that. I'm more interested in the guy they drafted, the other Swedish guy. Hold on.
You talk about Dio Misto?
I don't know what that is.
Dio Misto play for Denver.
No, Niederbach.
He's a defenseman.
No, Niederbach. So this guy, Theodor Niederbach, you still got William Wallander.
Yeah.
Moritz Seider. Tuomitsu is apparently playing pretty well. This is who you're talking about, Mastromoni. Yeah. This guy actually, Albert Johansson, can skate.
Yep.
He is an elite level skater. So
but anyways, let's give you an idea what they are.
There's something going on there. But this is the guy you talked about. Jonathan
Bergman. Everything on that. So just finish what happening during the game for Detroit yesterday.
Well, they win 4-1. Vrana gets a goal, which was a great thing for him. Everybody was super excited for him. They beat Chicago. They were all over Chicago. Like they took away time and space. Troy Stetcher gets 2 goals, Pierre.
That surprised me. I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like second or third. Me, I'm Rasmussen, another goal.
Yeah.
He was part of this. It's funny to see Lindstrom get an assist yesterday.
Oh, Gustav?
That's someone.
It's Lindstrom, not Lidstrom. So you're like, is Nicholas Lidstrom? Did he come back?
I know. First, but it was fun. But overall, I think you're absolutely right. Detroit show exactly. But Detroit played well for the last 4 weeks. I do my power ranking, Michael, and I follow them very well because they are there. But I have to give them credit for that part and good performance for them. If you get check on their standing, maybe on the Central
they're not in
Division
the basement anymore. They might move up. They're within 1 point of Columbus.
That's amazing when you see that.
It's kind of crazy. Like I looked last night and I'm like, they have 38 points. Now they've played the same number of games.
Yeah. That's 1 point behind. That's pretty good.
And they're for 420. Columbus is sucking.
For me, it's a 422. If they can finish about 440 until the end of the year, that's a pretty good year for them, be honest with you.
3 wins in a row. So I don't know, who do they have coming up next?
This weekend, I think it's Carol. They are in
Chicago again.
Yeah, Chicago again, and then they go to Dallas, I believe. Yeah, Dallas.
Dallas was trying, man. They're making an effort. They're not folding.
Great about that. So that's good. So we don't want to just mention something. We're really going to try to focus a lot on the Detroit Red Wings, the Montreal Canadiens, the Florida Panthers, and of course we're going to add maybe Pittsburgh, Boston, one they played the night before. Talking about specific teams. Now we're not going to forget the rest of the league, but we're going to have a segment of those teams at least 10 minutes per day when we have a chance. So that would be good to talk about that part of that. But I want to move on. It would be the Florida Panthers, where they lost a really, really bad game yesterday, and OT, a heartbreaker, breaking there from the Florida, where they completely destroyed Tampa Bay yesterday. And only reason Tampa Bay won yesterday, only have no 2, 3, only one reason is the goaltender.
Yeah, Vasilevsky played
well. That's it. Yeah, nothing else. It just like you see the shot, 15 shots from Tampa Bay. The last time Tampa Bay shot minimum like below 20 shots per game. It's not happening a lot. This is a game very hard. look the domination of those number. To be honest with you, from the and I think one thing the guy take the stat in Florida, whatever is the Tampa or the Panthers,
It's a little
they don't understand what is a giveaway puck. When did you see in a game in NHL they have only one giveaway puck?
It happens all the time, or never.
I really, I do all the stat, and
It's
you
obvious.
can have a one team, Michael, can have one or two turnover. But when you talk about both team non-turnover, we can open the game watching the first 5 minutes. I'm going to give you 2-3 turnover. You know what I mean? But again, look about what, it's all about Vasilevsky yesterday. It was unbelievable. I think it was 35 shot. Kusev, it was great to see Kusev. Kusev there yesterday have a great game for them. I think he can go a little bit upper. You have Walmart was there also yesterday. Great performance for them, to be honest
How
with
is
you.
Brandon Montour?
He's not Brent Montour played 17 minutes yesterday, not too bad at all.
18,
Surprised to see me
+2.
Vera there on that one. They lose a breakaway of it's breakaway of Edmund at the end of the game in OT. But again, Drigger have an amazing, great game for them. Also, whatever is 84.2. They Tampa Bay always never lead this game, Michael, until
I know it was like 1-0, 2-0, wasn't it, or 2-1?
Two things for Tampa Bay. I'll be honest with you. Is first of all, Savard was back in the line, he was there, but again they are missing Stamkos, Kucherov right now. Stamkos is out for the rest of the year. He'll be back for the playoff, but he's on the long-term injury list.
Wow,
for them. And the second thing, I believe, for Tampa, I want to talk about the rookie. Maybe you have a couple of words talking about Colton. He scored another goal. I think he has 6 goals this year for Ross Colton. Another great game for him.
Young, right?
8 goals. So
older player, he's not like, they find these guys, Pierre, and they really produce. I don't know if it's like, let's take a look at this kid. So he's a U.S. born player, right?
Yeah.
From New Jersey, played for, I don't know, anywhere, played New Jersey Rockets, like Prince. So he played in the USHL. He had pretty good numbers in the USHL, played University of Vermont for a couple years, but he's always actually been a pretty good offensive player, I guess. So now it's translating. I mean, he had pretty good numbers, 8 goals in 17 games. Like, who would have predicted that, though?
Exactly.
I think this shows too, like sometimes you get players that are skilled, but maybe not like, if they are on their own, then it's not going to work out. But they have so much talent.
Yeah. But I think yesterday was great to see that Florida Panthers, they can play again. I don't know if Tim is around here, Rock team, but he would tell you about that one. It was funny. They put Kusev and Martian together with Parkov. Wenberg was with Vedrano and Orvis. Huberdeau Duclair, Walmart. And, it was interesting to see the Panthers can show they can play with Tampa very easily. Not bad at all compared to if they struggle against the Carolina Hurricanes.
Isn't it funny how you get those weird matchups, right?
Yeah. Now you're the help, Neff.
Yeah, it's because they pop up a whole ad against it.
Okay. Montour is with kudos over there. I really like. Nobody talk a lot about Force Link. You have a great. Is great over there. Imagine this lineup, Michael. Now add Aaron Eggblad at the right, and then you move Wegar on the left. You push back Forsling down. You put Goodus down. That's a great 6D over there.
I agree.
Aaron over there. I don't say it's bad at all. And then you can move up for the forward. and you're going to see that. You know, I think I don't like Kusev and Marchand together there. I think that you know, I don't like Leo Starkinen over there. He struggled a lot recently. Um, so, you know, he has 0 points the last 14, 15 games. But I think right there, and I don't know why Orvis is not there. So I don't know what is coming from there, but they put him on the 4 line. Just give you an idea.
Is he not ready yet, you think?
Yeah, they put him in the 4 line. That's not the 4 line right there. Walmart was, you know, Ristolainen, he was on the bottom. Should not be there. But again, like, it's not bad what they have there at the end of the day. But, you know, great performance. I think Panthers can beat Tampa Bay at the end of the year at some point.
Well, it's definitely going to be a competitive division. Even in the playoffs are not going to be easy.
No, of course. That they go to be third. For them, the dream for them is to be sure Carolina finish first, where they beat Nashville yesterday 4-1. But since the beginning of the year, Carolina have the number of, you know, every team struggle with one team, right? A specific team versus, you know, Edmonton cannot play well. Montreal cannot play well against Ottawa and Calgary. Edmonton struggle with Montreal right there. You know, Vancouver struggled against Montreal. And you can see Toronto have a difficult time with Edmonton against Toronto.
Right.
You can go all the way like that. So every team struggling on that one over there, but it's so high for everything for the Panthers. If you check the Panthers, they are number 3 right now. But you know, they're hanging there with them. That's the key behind that. They have 1 game behind, 2 games against Carolina. But again, look, Panthers 5-0 last 10. Florida still 6-3-1. Nashville have a difficult schedule right now. The next 2 games against Carolina, they have Tampa Bay around that part. But again, Chicago could be 2 points behind Nashville. I watched Dallas, Michael. They have no chance. Whatever you give me, give them 5 wins right now. They have no chance that team is going to finish in the playoff. No chance.
So they're 5-2-3, Pierre.
Yeah.
They're 5-2-3. They're 3 games above 500 in the last 10.
They played the you know, they lost the last game. I think is it the last game they lost?
No, they won 4-1 last night.
What game they lost? 3-2 again.
Or in overtime, so they got a point.
Yep.
They
get the point. So that one thing they do well, they get a point left and right. They have one. Right. I don't know the skill. What is the record again?
Well, they're 16-14. So if they're in it, they got 44.
No, they have 12. Look. In the NHL, they are the number 1, I believe, with 12 tie.
Absolutely.
So 12 is about 6 wins, Michael, more on the. That's my big friend right there, right?
Sure. That's why, like, if you look, like, you know, they've got a 524 winning percentage. They've been on a bit of a slow roll. They still have like 3 games in hand on Nashville.
Yeah.
Well, they could be 50 points if they win those 3.
But if you check their schedule, they have to play a lot of games against Tampa Bay and Carolina until the end of the season.
Well, they beat Columbus last night, and they play Columbus again, and then they play Detroit. And then they play Detroit. Now, Detroit's been surging, and then they play Detroit. They play Detroit 3 games in a row, Pierre.
So we talk about
4,
including the game yesterday. Right, so they play 5 games against the bottom 2 of the division. They need to be in the playoff. They have to win 4 on the 5 games.
But they play. This is crazy, Pierre. They play. How do we see the calendar? Let's look.
Click on the schedule.
They play Detroit 1, 2, 3, 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
So they play Columbus, and then they play Detroit 4 games in a row, and then Carolina twice and Tampa once.
And click on May after that. At the top. Move once. Yep.
So they're going to go ahead.
After that, again, they have 1 there, but after that, it's Tampa Panthers. They have to get there, then Chicago. The problem, Dallas, remember what they play 4 games against Detroit because they missed the first 2 weeks or the first 10 days of the NHL at the beginning. And that's make them.
I mean, that could definitely get them in. It'll be interesting to see. They have to win, you know, at least split those games, but I think they have to beat 3 games above 500 the next 6. So I don't know how that
Yeah,
would work. Like,
yeah,
it'd be
exactly.
like 4-1 or something.
It's just the
4-1.
consistency they play. I don't see that.
Well, and they've announced that Radulov is out, so he's
That's
gone
the
for
official. Radulov is out for the rest of the year. Ben Bishop is out at the end of the year.
and they've
That's another big blow there, right? So it will be interesting. The good news about this is Jason Robinson and Roop Hens have a good year for them. Every time that, but Jimmy Ben 8 goal is not great. Same number like Gurianov, it's not great. So I don't see this could happen for me. I don't see that. So let's move on to the next segment. Today we want to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. The Montreal Canadiens, they played yesterday. The Bear is in the locker room. Maybe tonight we'll see happening, but that's another subject. But I want to mention to you know what I mean, like Montreal. The first thing now, Montreal Canadian fans right now. If you are in Montreal, or if you are whatever you are, you heard this morning. Cole Caulfield is in Montreal right now, practice with the team. Not going to play. Don't worry about that. It's just because the Laval Rocket are 10 days out because of COVID for other team in the American Hockey League. So that they don't want to let him stay home and do that much. So the time they can do, they bring him on the taxi squad this morning to let him practice with the Montreal. Good news, he's going to wear number 22 for the Montreal Canadiens now. Not 44 with the Rockets, but he's going to become now. He's divided 44 by 2, and now he got 22 for Montreal. So he's going to wear that news. The big news about this is not him, but it's about Ben Chariot. Michael, after he fractured his right hand for 6 weeks out, he's coming to be back tonight after 4 weeks.
That's good news for them.
That's good news for them.
A big defenseman that can really help them.
Yeah. So that brings also him. He's going to play tonight. His 400 game in NHL career, Ben Chariot. So you get that part of there. My little bit concerns about Carey Price. We're not sure he's going to be ready, not tonight, about that. But they're missing a lot. Carey Price.
They called up Caden Primo too.
Yeah, so that's what's happening right there. Great, Tim, to mention that. Tim Michael is he's the spot eyes for us. He's called the Florida Panthers for us. he bring us all the news update about them. Glad to see it. Me, Michael, and Tim, and I mentioned this during my live stream. Tim was there. I believe all the transaction that Bill Zito did at the deadline, he is the one Kusev can make a big difference for the Florida Panthers, not this year, but the next couple of years. I really believe he can get that kind of players for them for sure. For Montreal Canadiens, but now they have to wait about Carey Price, but they're really missing Brendan Gallagher.
Yeah,
because the way Calgary play is a way where Montreal cannot play. They struggle a team like Calgary. They can play with Edmonton. They can play with Toronto. They can play with other team because the way Calgary play, it's not about the forechecking for me. It's the way they pinch their D low, and the Montreal, because they have a collapse transition with the Dominic Charm system, they have a really difficult time to get out the zone. And that's the big thing happening again. Montreal, they have a very difficult time. The second thing I would say to you is missing from Carey Price is the way he played the puck around the net. Carey Price is a great breakout guy to helping their D because they are not fast. They're helping them. Like Weber struggle right now, I believe, because Jake Allen.
Really? Because he can't move the puck for him?
It's not good. Weber is slow, right? So the fact like they have to retrieve the puck another time or get another 3 feet more when Price can put the puck right away to him, it's not helping Weber at all. So that's, for me, that's a big piece of the puzzle they're missing right now from Carey Price. The composure also, the fact like just the presence of Carey Price in the net influence the result at the end of the day, just the way you see a goaltender versus Jake Allen or Carey Price. That's not is different. But at the end of the day, the third thing I would say, the entree of Montreal and the entree zone are not great. And the first pass last game, it was terrible. So be interesting what they're going to do. I would not be surprised they can lose again. My Calgary tonight. But
that's the thing. Calgary's right on their heels, Pierre.
yeah,
Calgary now they got games in hand still, so I think that's a big difference.
Yeah.
There's 3 games in hand.
Yeah.
But if they win tonight, it's 43 points to 45, and you never know what happens. They're only 5-5-0, and somehow Calgary's won the last 3. So,
but again, until Calgary don't win 6 in the row, until Calgary don't play that level, I will not. I just feel like for only 13 game, Michael, they have to win 10 the last 13 game to make the playoffs.
It would have to be insane.
So if they beat Montreal the next 4 game, all right, they still have 9 more games to play.
They play Vancouver.
So
and then they're
Montreal.
But look at all the head-to-heads, Pierre.
Yeah, they have 3 games against Montreal next week.
Yeah. So they have 3 games in a row. They face Ottawa, which we know has improved a lot. Vancouver,
Edmonton.
And Edmonton's no joke, but that's 50-50. They've shown they can beat them.
May after that. Check in May their schedule.
It's
Winnipeg,
tough.
right?
But look at the last 3 games, Pierre.
Yeah.
So Ottawa and then Vancouver. That's the best thing they could hope for. So we're going to find out.
They should lose at least 4 games.
It's going to be tough, man.
That would be really tough. That's why I said.
Yeah.
So that would be the point. After that, so Montreal, we're going to have that. Well, it'll be out of the lineup. It'll be interesting what you're going to do with Jake Evans tonight. And they, like I said, they're missing really Gallagher. He's the motor of that team. And, it's something they have to get ready for tonight. It'll be interesting to do that. So that's covering Montreal Canadian. I don't want to jump too much. I'm going to do the preview game a little bit later, but that's happening. I don't know, Timmy, you're still around. And Michael asked a question about Brendan Montour. What do you think about Montour last night? It's funny, Michael. They use Chris Traeger again, back-to-back game. It's funny to see him. He's really solid, to be honest with you.
Didn't play amazing last night, though, did he?
Who?
Drager had an 847 last night, though, right?
Yeah, because you have only 19 shots versus him, right? So I'm not worried about that save percentage, but he's at the top 8 goalies in the NHL at 92 point something. This
is why, if Montreal's struggling, Tyler Toffoli's last 5 games, 1 assist and a -7.
So it's funny I don't know why you bring him on the picture right now, but Tyler Toffoli right now have something wrong with him. Something wrong. I don't know. Say he's got hurt. Never been the same kind of player. Again,
I could text him and find out.
But again, that he has something going on. Like he scored 1 goal at the first game he came back, right? So that's good. That's great. But he does not. Something bother him. I don't know his injuries. I don't know his wife. I don't know his whatever.
Don't talk about his wife.
So I don't know, but he does not
like
play
her.
He is right now. He struggled on fun things. I don't know. He has something is going on with him about that. And the bad news for him, he does not play anymore against Vancouver for the rest of the year. So he's not going to add more goals.
He's playing lots of. He's getting lots of ice time. He's just not happening right now.
No, he doesn't get. No, I'll be honest with you. He had 2 posts the last 3 games, 2 times. He have a chance. Is the chance are still there? It's just for me, he's missing something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Great season. Great season.
We have a really tough time right now. Thomas Tata.
This guy is like the most.
He's on fire right now. Thomas Tata is on fire with Dano. Who's struggling most is Jonathan Drouin. Anderson, an amazing, great year. Anderson, 15 goal. He's looking great over there. Suzuki is off over there.
I thought Drouin was a superstar.
Unfortunately, he lost that super for only star. So that's what happened with him over there. But I don't know. it's a team right now. They're looking for some answer. That'd be the best way to describe this. And I think they will need a little bit better for to go that way over there.
I don't see much going on here. I don't see much going on with Drouin.
I mean, that's what you, Kotkaniemi, Michael. He was going to be one of the great hockey player the next 3 years.
Yeah, why do you think that?
Kotkaniemi, he's great, Michael, because maybe you don't see him a lot. I see him a lot. Kotkaniemi right now, he's about, again, he's not going to be McKinnon or something like that, right?
No, he ain't going to be that.
Remember McKinnon struggle. We don't have a great year. Like he got 30, 40 points, and you can see the skill, but not Kotkaniemi right now. That's who he is right now. He's on the development to find one, and then after 1 or 2 years, he's going to get boom that year, and then he step up over there. You see the 37 point, Michael, the 2016-17, all right? And look what he got before that.
Oh, no, he was nowhere. This all happened when they got rid of Matt Duchene, and they were and they brought in Rantanen. Those are the two things I think that happened for him. He had another star player that nobody really knew about, which is Rantanen, and he was like, "Ooh, this guy can play." And they got rid of Matt Duchene. Like, Matt Duchene is not an intense guy.
But again, I don't want to compare Kotkaniemi like McKinnon.
He's not even close to that realm.
But a guy,
I don't know. He reminds me, Pierre, like he reminds me of, I need to see more of Montour. Kotkaniemi reminds me of like Koivu, like Mikko Koivu, not Saku. He kind of reminds me of that, where he's like, he's really good, but he's not like going to blow your mind offensively. He looks like he should, but he'll be a good 200-foot player. I just don't feel like he's like a number one centerman to me.
He will be a 60 point per year with about 15, 20 goals, but a ton of assists. A ton of
that's Mikko Koivu, right?
Yes.
He's a bigger guy.
That's a good comparison, I think. You know what? I'm going to take a note here because we have a Finland on the live stream, Michael. His name is Jakub Vrana.
Oh, okay.
And he watched the game Montreal every time. Like he's jump with us, and he bring a lot of the hand side of Finland players. Like he knows everybody. Like the guy knows everybody. But I think
he can invite Yanni Larinsis. Is like his daughter moved from Washington to Anaheim to play, and his son Joel plays for. I think he's still playing for Turner Stevenson at the Pacific Northwest Stars. And he kind of grew up in our Everett program when it was still in one piece.
Right, Moy, I looked the number.
Yanni played with Yanni Nienema.
Moy, I looked the number there. You're absolutely right. This is a great comparison.
Yeah.
He touched 1 year, 71. He got 71 point in 09. Right?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
but the guy, you look the number, the goal versus number assist. You have a double assist. That's really good. That's really good point here. I really like what you said. No, it's really smart to say that. I think the upside hockey player,
the question in my mind is: can Suzuki become a number one centerman? Is he better on the wing?
No, he is a really center.
So then, that being said, I don't see Kotkaniemi as a number one. I think he's more of a number two. Can Suzuki become a number one, or do they still need someone?
Right now, they don't need anybody. I think they have Dano, him, and if Dano can sign for Montreal with Suzuki, Kotkaniemi, I think it would be great. But question like that.
I mean, he's not a number one.
I really believe Kotkaniemi. I believe Cole Caulfield will produce more with Kotkaniemi compared to Suzuki.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Kotkaniemi have a better sense of vision and passing the puck compared to Suzuki. Suzuki shoot the puck, Kotkaniemi pass the puck.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Suzuki have not that confidence to shooting the puck. And I think Suzuki have a better scoring chance, like he's better. One player struggle is Armia for Montreal. He just came back the last game. But again, would be interesting what Montreal is going to do tonight. So That's concluded Montreal Canadiens. We did the Detroit Red Wing this morning. We did the Florida Panthers quickly. Maybe move on to the rest of the league, prepare for the what happening last night, and then move on to tomorrow, the game tonight.
So Anthony Mantha scores again, but Washington falls to Buffalo.
I don't want to talk about Washington. I want to talk about Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I really believe it's amazing what they did again yesterday. You know what I mean? Like
different team, Pierre. They're
win again yesterday.
Dustin won.
I really like Carson. Carson have a great game yesterday for them. So good, it's funny. Bjork, Bjork score 1 goal, 1 assist, I believe, yesterday. Yeah. But again, Mittelstadt, Dallin have a great year, a great game for them. I think they shocked Washington, and that's what I said today.
And Tage Thompson scores again.
Yeah, I think it was an empty net, but still.
3 goals, though, in those last 5 games. So.
He a little bit more involved, for sure. Yeah. I think Granato getting good with those young players. But again, tonight there will be the new rookie goaltender, Pekkanen, the rookie goaltender.
Oh, Pekkanen, really?
Yeah.
The Finnish kid.
He's supposed to start his first game in NHL tonight.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, Ulmark is hurt, and Atton is hurt too. So
that's not good.
There's a one explosion for him. 3 point the last 5 games. If you can click on the game log, I don't know. Can you click on game log at the bottom? Because what I want to mention to you, you can see he's more involved with the team.
4 points in his last 7 games?
Yeah, but this is the bottom. Go back up.
Oh. Whoops. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points since the change.
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. 8 points in 9 games.
So you can see a little bit him have it. For me, it's not only 9 points, 4 goals, 5 goals.
He can really shoot the puck, Pierre. You know what I've noticed is, like, you give him any space, he can rifle it. He's got he sees the net like it's a beach ball. Like he sees like a little goal in a big, like, it's crazy.
Maybe that is good performance for them. They find a way. So Washington struggled that game. Is the game also they should not, let it go. But again, hits happen sometimes. So part like Islanders lost yesterday, too. So that each division yesterday, the top 3 lose and Boston win. So that gave them Boston a bit better chance. A goal from Taylor Hall yesterday.
Yeah.
Great for him. Paxton have an assist. Marchand score again. 2 goals. The first goal that he got the goal from the back of his jersey. Great shot of Riley on that one, to be honest with you. Zajac score for Islanders. So that's a good thing. Smith is on fire, Michael. He was on my PTI show yesterday. I think he had a 14 point the last 9 games. If you look about his game, look about that. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 points in 5 games.
Yeah, I saw.
Look at his ice time here. It's nothing. He's not getting on the ice.
No. He's always been Craig Smith. He's always find a way to score.
He's so talented. He's a skilled. He can play center. He can play either wing.
So it's good to see Boston. I think you have a couple of games in hands right now. I think they can come back. I think they'll know how. Obviously, for them, they don't play with great defensemen. That's going to be. But welcome back, Rask yesterday as as was back in the lineup for them. So that's good for you to see him. I think he won his 300 something. You have a milestone from him.
Oh, wow.
I remember what, not a 300. You have a milestone. I don't know if you want to move another game, but
so the Rangers crushed the Devils. The Devils not even in the same league as them right now. 3 points for Panarin.
Yeah, Panarin is on fire again. It's funny you talk about him because he's on my Panarin is on my second players from my PDI hot players yesterday. So it's another great. You have 14 point, 19 point, Michael, the last 5-7 game for him.
3 assists for Blackwell, Pierre.
I was all right. He's got his 300 career win, 2-card Rask, and 552 games. I knew I saw him. I saw that.
Jeez, Colin Blackwell, like what a find for them.
Yeah, great place over there. If you like I said, Panarin is on fire, Michael. +4 yesterday. This team is a great. They do have really good stuff. But then I think he has a second shutout back to back from him. No,
maybe yeah. 2 shutouts in a row.
I know it was 2 first.
Against New Jersey, they can't score against this guy.
Yeah, but again, I think it's good. It's a game, and I think on the standing, Philadelphia won yesterday, but I think overall, they are very close to. They are still 2 points in front of them.
2 points separating them. So
the 10 game, Michael. Check the last 10 game. I think they are 7-3-0. The Rangers.
But this is the key. Like if Boston wakes up after those trades, seemed like Riley and Hall fit in very quickly. So we'll see if that continues. Riley got his 20th assist.
Yeah.
So that's like he's a pretty good. His offense is there.
The real goal and 20 assists.
Crazy. He needs to shoot once in a while.
It was with Montreal.
He was with Ottawa. He's been
this one I don't want to talk very quickly about that one, but I just want to mention the 1,000 game of I forgot about Nicholas Backstrom for Washington. That's what I.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Svechnikov scores, Fogle scores, Trocheck scores, Aho scores.
It was a one-way game, 3-0 Carolina, and Nashville had never been in that game. And again, Nashville did not win all year long against Carolina. You talk about some teams struggle, that's the one. They are 0-5 since the beginning of the year. So, they're missing a lot of pieces. And then, Akampa, Michael, OMG. Click on Akampa. Click on him. Look, a monster.
He's a monster, yeah.
6'5".
Yeah, he's a big man.
Like he fit like it's a good trade for them.
I think so. I think it's they gave up a pretty good player in Fleury.
But it's another dimension of player they don't have.
Yeah, they don't. It's a guy they can put right into the lineup. And they give Fleury an opportunity in Anaheim. He'll probably be top 4 in Anaheim sooner than later, I would think. But for them,
performance Red Check yesterday. Red Check is on fire again. That is a number 1 Michael goal average. I mean,
Mrazek? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like 1 point something.
Yeah.
1.41.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have only 8 games. Does not count for the reason I'm doing a trophy day today. But at the end of the day, I have to give him credit about that one with that. We know we are already 12 o'clock, so I don't know if you want to jump quickly on the game tonight.
Let's quickly just review. So we know Philadelphia wins 2-1. Pierre, Toronto loses their 3rd in a row since the trade deadline. They lose 5-2. Galchenyuk scores, but man, they were not looking good. The goaltending was shaky last night.
Yeah.
Did not look great. We talked about Detroit. That was a great game for Detroit. Dallas, they're clawing in there. They're trying, man. Columbus looks like they just burned that thing down. I don't know what's going on. Gurianov grabs 2 goals. So if he starts scoring a little bit, they're going to need that. Roslovic gets his 9th. Overall, this has been pretty good. I think he's got 5, 6, 7 points his last 5 games. Yep. Since the benching. Since they sat him, right?
Is it you or someone talked to me yesterday? Or someone talked about the Vizina Trophy? Is it you talking about this?
No.
So anyway, I just want to give you that. This is amazing me. This is just crazy, Michael. Andrei Vasilevsky, the last 33 game, he have a save percentage of .932. 5 versus 5. He have a save percentage of .944. He won the last 20. He won 26 of the 33 games. And
pretty good, right?
On the bench, Tampa won 3 of the 10 games.
Holy smokes. He's elite. I mean, I think between him, Connor Hellebuck, Fleury's played well this year. I think Fleury's played well.
But we
and
have
he's
an
a
amazing great years.
great year for him. Shesterkin is up there. Like it's, he's like, this is a crazy story for him. Like even Soros, you can see why there's a difference with Nashville when Soros is on, although he didn't play great last night. But Grubauer and Varlamov, man, both having great years still. But I think in the end, I don't know. For me, it's Hellebuck, Grubauer, and Vasilevsky for the Vezina right now.
It's funny with power play Florida Panthers with Aaron 24.8, without him 11.8.
Whoa!
Is PK with him 80.8, without him Michael 75.9.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? Some players make an impact to other and a team like that, and that's make a big difference. It's great. And I mentioned to you, because I'm going to go the trophy today, is Adam Fox, Michael, have an amazing great year.
Yeah. I know some guys are talking about him for Norris. I don't know about that, but maybe.
Oh, he's not going to win the you can't give right now the Norris to Eggman or put your house on your Edmund. You're not going to be.
Edmund, yeah.
Great news for Shane Pinto. Is going to start his first game in NHL tomorrow against Montreal Canadiens.
We didn't talk about this one. Philadelphia beats Pittsburgh in overtime, actually in shootout. Good game for Carter Hart, so hopefully that continues.
It was his best game, but if you click on Hart, I think he had 3 of the great last 5 games, or he's good 2 the last 3 games. It's better what he was at the beginning of the year.
He's very inconsistent still, Pierre. I don't know what's going on. Like 969, 867, 913, 880, 917. So he's got 1 win. So he's not there yet.
Yep.
Not the Carter Hart we expected this year or have seen in the past, but I think that overall, like Philadelphia's going to have to address their whole coaching situation from top to bottom. I don't know what you do. Maybe you don't move out Vigneault, but there's something else going on there. I mean, Carter Hart has never had these kind of terrible numbers.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is not him,
No. So I tried to get all the news and NHL around just this morning, everything like that. I was with something like that. Yeah, nothing about the waiver list, Michael. So I think it's quiet today. I think it's happened sometime. We have nothing else. So great show this morning. I like the fact we did the 3-way like that. So great. And look forward to see you Monday after a big weekend. Again, another big weekend for many teams. And now at the end, Monday morning, we're going to come back here. We're going to see a little distance between the bottom and the top. You're going to see that way. Not the race for the top 3, but I think at the bottom, you're going to see maybe something where it'd be hard to come back. A 2 loss Dallas this weekend, or a 2-game loss from Calgary. Again, Montreal example like tonight, that pushed them very deeper. It makes sense, like something like that could change a little bit their direction. And I want to talk to you, and I'm shaking my head because San Jose Sharks, unbelievable. I just feel like this is my worst prediction of the year.
Seattle will be looking for Mrazek and Alex Neto over Chris Drager. What, Mrazek's unrestricted?
Yeah. No, I think he's no protect.
Let's look.
But I think first of all, Alex, whatever his last name, is not going to be. He is not protected. He don't need to be protected. Tim, because he's a rookie. Whatever he's 20-something years old, he does not reach the number to get there. So I don't see that one over there. I don't know where you at right now.
All right, can you see it?
Yeah, but what are you doing?
So let's look.
And I'm.
Well, I got all teams, so you got to go through them.
Click on the team at the top.
It's weird. I don't. Oh, there it is. Okay. So Carolina. See, they haven't signed any of their goalies, Pierre.
No.
So they're fine.
But again, they don't have to protect, So the rule to him is this part. They can offer him a contract over there. Alex, he's not. He don't have enough game, so he's not going to be on the list over there. He's going to be, fine.
Players who meet or are projected to meet the exposure requirements are highlighted in green, so he will have to be protected.
Click on him.
Yeah, see this RFA? Is how it's green. You're going to have to protect him. The fact that he's on this list, you have to protect him.
Why? He's a RFA.
Yeah.
Did he play 2 years?
But it's also number of games, and I think goalies it's 1 year. I can't pronounce or type his name properly. He played 15 games, so I guess it depends on when he ends up playing. We should look that up.
15 games this year?
15 so far.
Yeah, I don't see how he has to be protected.
21 total career, and he's 25, so I don't know. But they're saying, I think they're projecting he has to be protected.
I don't know how. And you have a new rules for that, for the goaltender, but
yeah, I think they'll have to protect them. But it won't matter because they're not going to sign those other two. They'll, I think they'll just let them sit.
So Chris Rager story, Tim, I predict this. He's going to sign up with the Florida Panthers.
But then they'll still have to expose him, weren't they? Are they going to expose Bobrovsky?
They will.
And hope that they take that contract?
They will. Maybe not, because maybe Bobrovsky have an NMC.
So they probably have to cover him.
So you have to cover him, and then Chris Rager will be on the lapse of 2 days of UFA and maybe refuse the money for Seattle. So
yeah, no movement. You have to protect him.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see that over there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
That's a good question about that. So thanks everybody watching. We passed the 10-minute over. And I look forward to see you Monday. Don't forget, we have a couple of live stream tonight, Montreal Canadiens, tomorrow, Ottawa, Montreal. We're going to be around. So I think
they'll resign him.
Definitely.
I think it's a good, but they'll grab him if they resign him. So they might wait.
They would maybe a chance for him to Seattle, right? But so. I would not be surprised they have an agreement with him at $2.53 million. My concern about him is 26, 7 years old. Why he doesn't want to go where he can get a $4 million?
I mean, realistically, he could go to Seattle and be a real good goalie. Like him and Jake Allen would look pretty good in Seattle.
Well, for me, it's about the money. I think he can get a $1 million somewhere in NHL.
Like $4 million a year instead of $3 million?
Yeah.
Probably.
At Buffalo, I got him at $4 million. I gave him at 3 years.
Imagine, like, if you had him and Allmark, we see what's going on with Allmark with the injuries. If you had Dryer in there, the two of them, season's totally different, maybe.
A little bit the deal as Detroit has with Grease and Bernier. Both of them are $3 million, $4 million. That's perfect. Carolina is the same boat over there. So I think for me, that would be the best way to do that. I believe Seattle is going to get Frederick Anderson.
I don't know. There might be a lot of goalies exposed.
You're going to have a lot of goaltender exposed.
There's a lot of UFAs.
If you get Anderson, that would be a good start for you're going to expose Leonard or Fleury.
I don't know what's going on. Like, I mean, I don't know if as much. I know he had a crazy streak, but is Campbell really a number one? I'm not convinced of that.
No.
Yeah, I think you feel pretty shaky going into the playoffs with him, just as your guy. And Riddick
Anderson was on the ice yesterday with Steve Briere. He's still on the long-term injury list, but at the end of the day, He will be back. I don't see why not, because I think, they moved from Riddich. But at the end of the day, it will be interesting the next 5 game between Riddich and Campbell. But again, Toronto can score 5 goals right away like that. It's just an amazing great.
They're not going to win the playoffs with that goaltending. Think of who they got to go up against.
Who they going to put out of the lineup when the season's at the playoff? Because now they're going to have they're going to have Foligno in the lineup. Now Nick Robinson have to be out, honestly, right? That's the one he's getting out. But I'm not sure they would carry on Thornton, Spacey, Simons, Galchenyuk, and Enval at the end with Robinson over there. So one of them have to get out for the playoff, the beginning of the playoff. And then you have also Riley Nash over there. So that's another spot you have to find there for him. So that's a lot of name on the
I don't think you're too worried about Riley, but maybe he can help. You probably want to fight, get him in. But if they go up against Winnipeg, Winnipeg's going to beat him. If you go up against Montreal, Carey Price might beat him.
The team can beat Toronto. The team can beat Toronto for me. It's Winnipeg,
for sure. I think so, absolutely. And Montreal might surprise them because Montreal will have.
You can give them a good ride for sure. Yeah. But if I'm Toronto right now, they have to be worried about them.
I think they have to be worried about because they're goaltending for sure. And
can beat anybody if they have their goaltending.
If Mike Smith. Yeah. If Mike Smith.
All right, everybody. 12:15. I have to go back at the ring. Private lesson. Have an amazing, great week. Look forward to see you, everybody, tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. The game is at 6 p.m., not 7 p.m., but at 6 p.m. tonight.
Thanks,
have a good one, everybody.